The legendary 13 Ugly Men are at it again with the biggest and best Halloween party in the Tampa Bay area. The 21st annual Halloween party held at historic Cuban Club in Ybor City will be the biggest party yet. This event will bring together Tampa Bay's best dressed in costumes as they party for a purpose, benefiting Beat NB. Our friends from 13 Ugly Men, well, they're here, and we're going to talk about it next on Bayside. Good morning and welcome to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelly Sanders. We are talking all about Halloween. That's right, and we're doing it with 13 Ugly Men, at least 2 representatives from their organization and the foundation. Of course, welcome back to the show. I've got both Dave and Matt here, Matt Lloyd, Dave Moyer. Gosh, it feels like we were just talking just the other day. You guys have so many different events throughout the year, just doing great things here in the Bay Area. Let's talk about 13 Ugly Men first, though. I know everybody's like, what do you got to tell me about this Halloween party? Because if you know anything about 13 Ugly Men, they party with a purpose and do a fantastic job of it. But let's talk about the beginnings. For those that haven't heard the story before, David, you're president. Why don't you go ahead and tell us?
Absolutely, yeah. So 13 Ugly Men is a nonprofit, started in the 90s by a group of guys throwing parties at their houses and at bars, and it just became so legendary, and so many people just kept coming that they decided to move these into larger venues, and they were collecting funds, and what better way to utilize money than to donate it. So that kind of brought to life the 13 Ugly Men Foundation, where we throw parties for charities, and we select the charities, and from this point forward, we typically donate $13,000 to over $35,000 from any event, and we do 4 events a year, and they're all themed.
That's incredible.
Yep.
I mean, 13 to what did you say?
35. Yeah, I mean, we can do
anywhere in that range per event, and you have a few a year. I mean, you guys have donated over $1 million since your inception to various charities, which, by the way, people, that all goes to the Tampa Bay area. I love that. That's so important. It really builds a community, and as you know, that's what Bayside's all about.
Yeah, and I would agree with you, and it's nice to be able to support the local Tampa Bay area charities. You know, there's so many causes out there, but the fact that it does bring home that sense of community, it helps.
Sure. So, Matt, why don't you tell me, okay, you're a member, you're also the event chair for most of these events, at least the ones that you've been here for. So tell me about how you got to be a part of 13 Ugly Men.
Sure. I have a couple people a couple guys I know that were a part of it, or are a part of it, and so I just had expressed some interest in it, and was like, looks like you guys are doing really cool stuff, good things for the community, and so I you know, filled out an application, just, you know, and it went through the process, and it's been a few years now, and you know, and it's really cool. I really do enjoy it, and you know, that's pretty much how it goes. You know, just knowing somebody that's in it and can help you get in.
It's pretty phenomenal that you could be a part of something that's so much fun and yet still pay it forward to the community, which is what you guys are about, right?
Absolutely, and you know, it is a lot of work. You know, the payoff is on the night of the event when you see the people coming out and having a good time and knowing that it's going for charity. But there's a lot of work behind the scenes, obviously, that goes on.
Yeah, you guys, I mean, how could it not be? For those of you that have never attended any of their parties, well, it is something to experience. It truly is phenomenal. So I can only imagine how busy you are. And certainly with this upcoming event, the biggest Halloween party yet, the one, at least that's the claim here in the Tampa Bay area, that this is the best Halloween party. So it's going to be held at the Cuban Club. Wow, what a great venue. So tell me, what should one expect? I mean, you guys have had 20 years to be planning this, so outdo yourself every year.
Sure.
Let's talk about it.
Well, obviously this is going to be our 21st Halloween, so it's not going to be our first rodeo.
Right.
But it's always been trying to find the right venue. So we've moved from hotels, and now, as recently was District 3 in downtown Tampa, and more recently Cuban Club. Cuban Club has been host to Guavaween, with the city being really interested in Halloween at one point, and so we decided to move into Cuban Club. It's known to be haunted. They have a big outdoor space, so we could take on a large parking lot, put on a more of a large stage, and do more lighting and sound. And then plus you have the inside, so it has that kind of look and feel that we're going for from the venue. And we have done Halloween in Ybor previously with the castle, but this one gives us the capacity. So we've moved from 1,000 people to 1,500 people to 2,000 people, and now looking at that 2,500 to 3,500 people
Wow.
range. And for us, the more people come, the bigger donation we can have,
Sure.
because it's really filling the venue and the space. And with the parking lot, it allows us more sponsorship opportunity as well, which plays to it.
Sure, and by all means, I mean, this is your opportunity to give those sponsors some shout out, some love. I know
Yep.
your presenting sponsor is what, Castellano?
Castellano, yeah. So I mean, Castellano's been a huge supporter over the last few years, and really the opportunity. They were here last Halloween, and they're just great people wanting to give back to the community, and also they actually attend the events and have a fun time. So typically you could donate to directly to Beat NB, or you can donate and come to our event and be a sponsor and still do the same thing. So it's kind of a great leverage opportunity for any sponsor.
So there's your cue. If you're a business owner or you'd like to sponsor, by all means, I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. 13uglymen.com, and that is the number 13, uglymen.com. Get in touch with them, and I'm sure they could work something out. Never say no to donating money, right?
Nope.
Exactly. So, all right. So this event is taking place on the 26th of October, 7, 8, what time?
8 p.m. Doors are going to open, and it
Okay.
goes, slated to go until 3 a.m.
Okay.
So a full night of partying.
For sure. Now, ticket pricing goes like what?
Yeah. So right now we've actually got a code for $10 off the tickets with if you use the code BEATNB.
Okay.
That should still be active, if I'm not mistaken.
BEATNB. So for those of you watching, give that a try. If it doesn't work for you, just pay the regular ticket pricing, because it's not much.
Exactly.
My goodness.
It's like $35 for ladies, $40 for gentlemen, and it's 21 and up. So.
Sure. And you want to get those tickets now. Is it more at the door?
Perhaps. We probably will raise prices at the door. We're hoping that this is actually going to sell out prior door, so we won't have to worry about that.
You probably won't have to worry about that. As it stands right now, I think the VIP tables are pretty much gone.
Yeah.
You're going to be lucky if you get tickets. If you're thinking about it at all, log on to 13uglymen.com and get those tickets. $35 for you ladies, $40 for men. Like I said, I don't think the tables are available, but it's a blast, and I hope you have a good costume, because it is the CMB scene in your costumes. There is what you're looking at right there is their website with the event coming up, the Halloween party on October the 26th, 8 p.m. Ybor City, the Cuban Club. All right, 13uglymen.com. We'll have a link for you on ours as well. Go check it out while we go to break. Welcome back to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelly Sanders. We are talking all about 13 Ugly Men's upcoming Halloween party. It is going to be an incredible event. If you don't have tickets already, well, good luck. You might want to log onto the website right this minute and get those tickets. They're only $35 for you ladies, $40 for men, for an incredible time. Live music, lots of things going on there, and ultimately, it all goes to benefit charities that are here in the Tampa Bay area. This one in particular is Beat NB. Beat NB. Tell me about it. Tell me about that.
Sure. Well,
David.
we have a charity grant request on our website, and we get a lot of applications. And a few years ago, a gentleman named Kyle, who's representing a group, Ezra, I can't think of the first part, but Ezra is the name of his son. and his lives in Tampa, and his son passed away, and it was from neuroblastoma. And this is a form of cancer disease that happens only in children. And you could tell the passion in his eyes. We meet a lot of charities, we do a lot of vetting prior to selecting for our events, and you could just see that it meant a lot. And with that being said, this Ezra Foundation that he was creating, he was thinking this has to be nationally, it has to be happening to other people. Sure. And sure enough, he found a group called BNB, which was in Boston, and started to form, and there was several cities that had parents that were looking for solutions and answers, because when they came across this disease, they realized that, you know, a doctor has a list of things that they could check and do, and that checklist really ran out. There's no additional options, there's no additional medicine. So the real effort is that when we donate in this group, they're providing another check box. It's another option. The attempt is to cure and cause and save children's lives. So 2 years later, basically we were able to put them on the map. We've obviously had this one earmarked for a while, and what passion. We actually went to one of their events maybe 2 weeks ago, and one of the parents from a different part of the country came up to us, and just tears in their eyes. And usually when we give to Children's Cancer Center and other charities, of course, they're great, but the direct nature of this being that, you know, this is trying to give a cure and a solution existing right now, and there's medicine that's out there, and our donation will help fund a family. It was pretty impactful.
Well, yeah, and part of the part of this that's interesting too is it's actually helping to fund like clinical trials. You know, so and the success rate. And I don't want to quote it, but it had significantly jumped due to these certain drugs, these medical trials that are going on currently, where the survival rate has, I mean, rose in a spectacular fashion. So you can really see again a direct effect of going, wow, this is working, this is helping these children. So
Sure.
It's really, like David, it's inspiring.
It is. Well, I can get a sense for it just from listening to you repeat what the experiences that you had. And oftentimes that's the case with these clinical trials, with the different organizations that are out there. They can't get this done without the funding to begin with. So it's a situation where so many people fall through the cracks. So we're telling you this basically because, yes, it's going to be a fantastic, a fun event. But the reason behind it is for stories like this, like Ezra, like these little children that just don't even have really a chance at life when this diagnosis seems absolutely detrimental. So there is a purpose behind it, hence Party with a Purpose. So come and join them. Party with a Purpose on October the 26th. It's their annual Halloween party, and they do it up very nicely, very nice. It is, you guys set the bar for parties, really and truly, and I can't imagine what it looks like to sit at the round table and try and come up with themes. Now, we were talking about Ezra and Beat and Be and the charities that stay local. You like to have the local charities that they benefit. So you just came off of a party, your vinyl party.
Yep. Yeah.
How did you do?
We did great.
Okay, talk to us about
it was
that.
a 70s and 80s party at the Ritz Ybor, which another awesome venue in Ybor City, of course, which is really party driven, and people dressed up amazing. You know, it was just stunning. The music was great, which we were remixing a lot of the classics with some of the new. Over 1,000 people in attendance.
Wow.
And On Bikes was a charity who are here locally. They throw a Winter Wonderland bike ride, which is probably coming up soon here in December after our Halloween party, which you should go to. And what they do is purchase and acquire bicycle for at-risk children. So we were able to raise a $13,000 donation, which will go directly to bicycles for children at the holiday time. So we get to have fun seeing that come to fruition.
Yeah, that's perhaps from an outsider looking in perspective, when I hear the results of all your efforts, even though the parties are fun and it's lights, action, and it's exciting, but it's also just as fulfilling to hear about what the outcome, the financial side of it, the the good-hearted part of it, what that goes to, and to hear that all those bikes are going to be purchased for their children that are at risk is just a wonderful thing. Basically, guys, keep doing what you're doing is what we're talking about. All right, and for you at home, I'm going to tell you, just like I do every single week, get out and get involved in your community, and you can do that by going to 13uglymen.com. You're looking at their website right there with that. I can't figure out if it's pretty or creepy or what, but it's Halloween. So that's the bottom line. It's a Halloween party. It's coming up here in just a few days. You don't want to miss it. Hopefully you can get tickets. Log on to that website, get your tickets. We're going to break, but we'll be back. Welcome back to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelly Sanders. I've been talking with Dave Moyer and Matt Lloyd all about 13 Ugly Men's upcoming Halloween party. And if you don't have tickets, boy, you better log onto that website and get them today, because this thing is going to sell out. VIP tables, gone. Sorry. You're going to have to get individual tickets for sure. And again, hope they can get those done, right? Because this is an event you don't want to miss. So Halloween costumes, tell me about just the extremities that people go to. What's the craziest costumes, some of them that come to mind that you've seen? Or is that just so many of them?
It really is. I mean, for me, the beautiful ladies that show up.
Sure.
You know, that's always fun. But like last year, there was one in particular, that movie Avatar.
Yeah.
Like somebody dressed up like a.
Oh, wow.
It looked just like it. It was crazy. And then, gosh, there's some skeletons. I mean, there's like makeup artists around here that will block off time to get people done up for this party.
That's
so,
crazy.
you know, all the special effects and everything. So I'm trying to think of
So
one
bring
that
your
sticks out.
A-game costume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
all of the makeup ones, it's incredible. Like, they're not really a specific thing. You know, there's a skeleton kind of voodoo guy that I recall. It's just the elaborate makeup artist work that goes to our event. It's
Sure.
probably the stuff that's most memorable, because everyone can just potentially buy something at
Yeah.
Spirit Halloween for $60 and be a character that everyone's going to be.
That's me.
And it's me too. But those folks, really, they're probably spending the entire day just getting
Wow.
themselves prepared for it. So those are the ones that stick out. And just like that, that Avatar was
That
by
was cool.
far, you know.
And if you go to the website 13uglymen.com and you click on the photos, you can see from like the step and repeat from last year and see the
Yeah.
pictures of what people have done. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's really pretty incredible. Just goes to show you that we never really grow up, do we? We all still like to dress up and have a good time.
That's the plan.
Don't grow up. All right, so in case you're wanting details, here's the lowdown. It's Friday, October the 26th. Doors open at 8 p.m. Yeah, maybe get tickets at the door, potentially, but my advice would be to go to 13uglymen.com and get those tickets today, like right now. Like, go to your computer right now and go get it. Log on your phone. These tickets will sell out. It's not that much money either. So what do you expect when you walk in? You've got live music, DJ. Is it a band?
Yeah,
It's
we'll have
DJs?
a DJ. We got a couple DJs, one inside and outside the club. DJ Fresh, and I think DJ Danny's going to be there as well.
Sure.
And then, of course, a lighting and sound package. It's crazy. It's like bringing a high-tech nightclub out here for one night. I've also got some other tricks up my sleeve with some, projection mapping, and then a few other things. So there's always some stuff going on.
We'll have to get the lowdown after the fact, unless you go, right? Which is exactly what you're doing. You're logging on to get those tickets right now, I hope. All right, so talk to me about where, at the end of the day, what do you go through? So you've done this whole event. Is it like, whew, goodness, thank goodness, it's kind of like bittersweet? And then what, 2 days later, you're like, okay, time to plan the next one?
It never ends, because reality-wise is party ends Saturday, and we are waking up in the morning, some of us earlier than others, and we're picking up our mess, which is get it out of the venue for their next wedding or whatever they have lined up. And we're getting these photos out to the public so they can see their photos, because the very next day they want to see all the all the step and repeat and all the nice images. and then it's the next party. Yeah, you're right.
So Monday,
it's
it's
also,
back to-
you know, collecting, accounting, making sure all of our ducks
Right.
in a row to provide that donation, and moving on to the next event. So typically we've been doing an Ugly Sweaters event around the holiday time, so
So
we'll
look for
probably be
that.
considering that, or even New Year's or Gasparilla. We're always open, but we really have to find the right venue and the right theme. And
Sure.
but we've done 2 years in a row of the Ugly Sweater Party, so maybe that's something that will find its way in, and maybe you'll get a promo code
Always.
if you go to the Halloween party.
Yeah. Oh, well, just maybe. Maybe that's a hint. You never know unless you go, right? All right. So goals. Do you have a goal in mind
At
for
minimum,
this year?
a $25,000 donation.
Beautiful.
And
All right.
we will
Help be a part of that. 13uglymen.com. You're looking at the website right there. It's the annual Halloween party, something you don't want to miss. All right, I have an idea. Why don't you go get your ticket right now? We'll have a link for you on our website, cw44.com as well. We're going to take a short break. As always, I want to thank you for joining us this week on Bayside, and of course, David and Matt, thank you guys so much for coming and sharing your party stories with us. I mean, this is just keep doing what you're doing awesome things here in the Bay Area. And I remind you every week to get out, get involved in your community. What a great way to do it. Help some children in need. Beat and Be. That is the charity that this event is going to sponsor. It's 13uglymen.com. That's the website where you're going to get those tickets. Why don't you log on, get those tickets today, and support a great cause. Have a fantastic rest of your week. I'm Shelley Sanders.